welcome back stateside. What's it like to be back in DC?
It's amazing, dude. I just saw the White House outside.
Yeah.
Trump needs a little party.
yeah, DC could definitely use a bit of a party these days. So the name of your EP, We Are the Universe, it's also the name of the tour. It's also one of the tracks on the EP. What was the inspiration behind all that?
Well, I guess it started out with me knowing that I just need to write more music. So I had L Waves round, funnily enough, and I had like the breakdown done for We Are the Universe. So I had like a really cool breakdown. I knew it was going to go really, really hard. So L Waves came round and we sat down, and it's just like, I want to sing about bringing everyone together as one, you know? And like, we're just a small little planet Earth, and we keep discovering all these universes outside.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to think that. So I wanted to do something which is a track which kind of makes you feel like we are one, we're one family, and there's more families out there, but kind of bring that out in the track somehow.
Almost like help us acknowledge like our place in the big picture. Right?
Correct. And L Waves just sat down there, and I explained to her what I tried to do. You know, I'm not a lyricist, I'm a melody guy completely, and I can write the hook and the top line. So I had the kind of melody for the main We Are the Universe kind of hook, but L Waves just smashed it out with vocals.
You have a really good relationship with L Waves.
Yeah.
Can you talk about like how that started and why
So,
did you keep going back to that?
It's funny how we started this, because Mal Levy, funnily enough, said to me, yo, I found this girl on SoundCloud by accident. And he sent me like a vocal little demo that she did. And I instantly got tingles. I was just like, wow, this girl's amazing. She's got an amazing voice. And I just wanted to do something with L Waves. And we did Will We Remain. So that's how the relationship started.
Awesome.
And she sent us like pretty much some vocals of Will We Remain. And me and Mara were like, bro, this is the one.
You knew you had something there.
Yeah, correct. So I knew I had something there, and Mara was like, let's just turn this into an epic banger. And we literally did it in a couple of days.
The tracks do kind of have this like kind of anthem vibe to them. Is that something like you really look towards when you're making music, like making these tracks that really kind of hit big, kind of like fill the room almost?
Yeah, that's very important for me, is to make a track which can sound epic live, can sound epic on your iPhone, can sound epic in every sound system you put it. And I do test my music on every device possible, you know. So I'll test it in the car, I'll test it on this DJ clubs, you know, in my monitors, and you know, even in my mum's car, I'll test it out to see how it will sound on just a regular system, because I need it to really pump, you know, so people hear it like, holy shit, bro, what's that? You know, so.
Yeah. And you were saying you like to gauge the crowd's reaction in these smaller venues, right? To really give you a sense of
so like a place like this, for example, today I'm going to play 2 new tracks, which no one's really heard yet. Maybe one, I think Australia heard it, one of them. But tonight I've got a track which I'm playing, which I'm really excited about as well. And I'm going to play the EP as well, and some of my classics as well, because I've only got an hour and a half, so you know, squeeze quite a lot of music in an hour and a half, and you know, still kind of make it sound big.
So, going back to the EP for a second, we have tracks like Hong Kong and Raindrops, obviously very unique. Can we talk about maybe instrumentals, like behind that?
So Hong Kong, I actually made that a couple of days before the ABGT Hong Kong. So I wanted to do a track which kind of connected to the fans in a way where they feel like they're there, you know. So you know, you can play any track in a country, but especially being there, I wanted to play a track which is very kind of like an oriental kind of scale melody. And with Hong Kong, it's just one of these kind of like, you know, I've put a little koto in there, and just wanted to make this kind of really Asian vibe track. And when I dropped it, I was just like, F yeah, this is amazing, because it's like perfect setting, perfect crowd, and the melody, you know, I played it to my manager, and he was like, definitely play this, because I had the breakdown, and then I added the koto on top of it, and I was just like, yes, this is it, this is what I need to play. And I was very influenced by that track, by a track called Heart of Asia. It's a very old school dance record, and you know, it has that kind of koto-y melody in it, but I wanted to do something completely fresh, my own kind of melody, and that's how I came about it. And I actually finished the track Hong Kong on the plane to ABGT, and I got off the plane, went straight onto the Engineer party, and completely jet lagged. I mean, I just got off the plane just now, so you know, it's a bit crazy, but yeah, especially there, I was just like, I'm gonna play this Hong Kong track, and it's gonna go off, and it really kind of went off.
So you are very big on how, you know, it's being, these tracks are being listened, not as, you know, does it do good, does it do right by me, but am I also doing right by the people listening?
Yeah,
which is good. It's always nice to hear that artists have that care for their fans.
No, for sure, man. If it wasn't for my fan base, you guys, I wouldn't be here, you know, and I'm really appreciative of that, and I'm always trying to bring more music to my fans who have been completely loyal and super supportive, and you know, every day I just see more and more fans join the Bluestone family, as I'd say. And it's been crazy. It's really insane coming off the planes to clubs and festivals and seeing fan bases from every place. It still blows my mind, you know. I took one of my first shows was MSG, Madison Square Gardens, and
yes,
I took my mum, and she never saw me play anywhere, ever. She's never seen me DJ, and by this point I was quite new to the whole DJing scene, you know, because I was just, you know, one of these kind of music producers that sat at home. And, you know, my mum, when I was living in my parents' house, her room was next door, literally like thin wall in between. So at night when I'd be composing for like 5, 6 in the morning, I'd be literally like sitting there composing like Spheres, Big Ben and Sinai and all these tracks. I'd be making them, and my mum's literally next door, and she'd come in and she'd knock on my door at like 4 in the morning and be like, can you turn it down a little bit? I really like that melody though. And I'd be like, thanks mum, good night, you know?
So it started with mom's approval.
Yeah, mum would always come in and she'd bust the door open and just go like this and start boogieing, and I just know that this is a good track, you know? And my brother, funnily enough, he'd come in and be like, you should call this one Big Ben. Definitely sounds, and you add the clock sound as well. They definitely add the clock. And I was like, that's a effing good idea. And I did that, and that's how Big Ben came around. My friend who used to sit in my room, who just hates trance music, would come into my room and he'd be like, it's got that kind of loopy, kind of repetitive melody. It sounds like almost like a sphere. I was like, you mean like a loop, circles? It's like, no, spheres. That's it, call it spheres. So I was like, bang, I'll call it spheres.
Nice.
So this is how these tracks are born.
There seems to be a lot of
I involve my friends and family, and you know, they inspire me. I mean, a lot of my tracks, I kind of like to come up with my own names, of course, not just let my friends choose everything, but I try and create something which is just really melodically a name in itself, you know, like every track I do, the name is the melody. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to.
Yes.
So it's not just a thrown name. Yeah, I'll call it Raindrops. Because with Raindrops, for example, when I made that track, it was pissing down with rain outside, and I was literally sitting near the window, and it was great as hell out there. And I opened the window, my cat was staring out there, my other cat was on here, and I was like, pissing down with rain, and then I could hear like the of the rain. And it went really, really well with the melody. And I was like, shall I throw in Raindrops into the background? I was like, you know what? No, I'm not going to do what everyone's going to think I'm going to do. Just throw a sample of rains in there this time. I let it speak for itself, and people can just think, why Raindrops? And then they can imagine whatever they want to imagine in their head. This EP for me has meant a lot. And the response has been crazy since Scars. Obviously, you know, I actually made it pretty quickly compared to, you know, Scars has only been out for like a year. And you know, when I told the guys, hey look, I've got a couple of tracks, and they heard it, they were like, dude, just release all of it at once. And I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for
thanks
sitting
for
down
having
with
me.
us. It's
Yeah,
been
no worries.
phenomenal.
1001 track listing people.